Welcome in, welcome in. Are y'all ready for some football? Week 3, Goodymo picks. And I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't fare well last week. It was a duplication of the week before, 7 and 9. I'm out the gates bad. Bad. But I'm not going to sweat it because I got to finish strong. I feel good about this week, but 7 and 9, that's not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. So this is a week 3 picks. We're going to take it at the top. And I know, a lot of explaining to do. Well, it won't take long because they next to the top. We'll get into the Eagles and how they just, I guess, washed that game away. Or, better yet, laid an egg, right? So, Patriots and Jets. I'm going to roll with the Jets on this one. They're at home. Aaron Rodgers. Seem like they're getting their feet underneath them. No telling how long we got with Aaron Rodgers. We like to see him make the playoffs. Seem like they're getting their stroll on. They're at home. Came pretty close. I was looking at the Patriots. I like the Patriots are playing pretty good. A little shocking. Could the Patriots make the playoffs? We don't know. But I tell you what, they've been impressive to start. But I'm going to go with those Jets at home. Aaron Rodgers. And we'll do it like that. Eagles and Saints. I'm going to say it like this. I didn't have a problem with the play call. Saquon Barkley, he dropped the ball. It happens. I don't blame Saquon Barkley. I don't blame the play call. People saying, well, you could have ran the ball. Then you could have done the brotherly shove, could have ended the game. That is true. But thinking about the Philadelphia Eagles, they've never been simple. They always done these flair kind of plays. It was the right play call, just bad execution. He dropped the ball. He catches that ball. No one's talking about it. Eagles move on. Game's over with. Time to drop to a knee, right? My thing is, I put it on the defense. Because it's 3 parts. You got offense, you got defense, you got special teams. Defense had a job to do. They allowed the Falcons to march the ball right up the field in chunk plays to lead to a game-winning touchdown. Defense doing their job, that doesn't happen. We can say all we want about the offense. The offense is kind of, I don't want to say fluttering throughout the game, but it just didn't feel right to me on the offense. Jalen Hurts did a lot of scrambling. He showed he was healthy. He took off a lot, picked up a lot of chunk yards as well. But I don't want to see Jalen Hurts running like that, to be honest with you. He easily can get dinged up, and not only that, he got a bad case of disease of the fumbleitis. He will come off the ball occasionally. Luckily this year, not as much. But he keeps running like that, bad things are going to happen. I'd rather him stay in the pocket, run when you have to, not these design runs all the time. Him looking at the first, second read, he's just taking off. And if you're going to do that, make sure you get out of bounds. We understand what happened with Tua and everything. No one wants their quarterback getting banged up. But I don't want to stay on this pick too long. But like I said, there's a lot of pressure on these Eagles, especially coming in against these Saints. Saints are at home. Saints are rolling. Saints embarrassed the Cowboys. Put up 44 points. 44 points. And now the Eagles coming off that disappointing loss. Will it be a hangover? Don't know. That game was tough. I'm going to be honest with you. Bad sleep night on that one. Because when you have the game in a bag and you allow it to get away, when you know you should have won, it's hard to swallow, man. Pause. That's hard to swallow. It's hard to swallow. So I'm very, very disappointed with that one. And like I said, it's mostly on the defense, not too much on the offense. Sirianni and the play calling and stuff like that, he's going to be sporadic. He's going to gamble. He's going to do things. The play was there. You seen it. He just dropped it. Plain and simple. But my issue is with this defense. Over the past few seasons, the defense hasn't looked right. Too much airspace around that secondary. They're picking up chunk plays against this defense. No pressure on the quarterback. See, I can sit here all day long and we won't even get through these picks. But I got to move along. But I'm telling you, man, they better figure it out. And Fangio, I've never been a fan of Fangio. All I know him for is his defense getting gashed. That's all he's known for with me. So no, I'm not on board with Fangio. By any degree, I'm not with him. So I just want to put that out there. He got to straighten his defense up. He better lift some fire in him. Other than that, Eagles against the Saints, I'm going with the Saints. Yeah, I know it might be a little shock, but I'm a little flustered with last week. To me, Eagles got to prove they got to get consistent. They got to show they got to come in here. They're going to knock teams down. I don't care A.J. Brown is out or not. So what? Got enough weapons over there to still get the job done. And matter of fact, I think A.J. Brown's going to be, he will be missing this week. I think they said 2 weeks A.J. Brown is out. Not sure. I think it's 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm rolling with the Saints. Saints at home. They're rolling. They're feeling good. Just came off of thrashing the Cowboys. Eagles, they're kind of, they're going to come in ready this week to try to erase that bad taste in their mouth. But will they do it? It's going to be the question. And of course I want them to do it. But this week I have to go against the grain and I have to roll with the Saints.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
All right, let's get this thing off of here. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had to sneeze. Okay. Broncos and Buccaneers. Hey man, Buccaneers looking good too. They're at home against the Broncos. That's gonna be like one of those. You don't want to really tune into that game, but it'll be interesting to see who pull it out. That's the type of game and matchup this is. You might not have the flair that you want. You might not have all the star power in this matchup, but I feel like it's going to be a grit and grinder. It can turn out either way. It could be by a field goal. It could be, but I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. They're at home. I feel like, Mayfield's been playing well enough, shockingly. And they have a wide receiver group who can make plays. I'm an Evans fan, so I'm going to roll with the Bucs. Bears and Colts. Bears got beat by the Texans last week. Very impressed by them and Caleb Williams. I'm glad I said Caleb Williams. I always say Caleb Williams. But Caleb Williams started that game. He was on point. He figured it out from week 1? Week 3, I think it gets a little better. I'm going to roll with them against the Colts at home. Of course, the Colts are in the Texans division, right? And Colts could easily pull it out. I mean, that can be one of those, but I'm going to go with the Bears. I feel like Caleb Williams is starting to get it, and he's due for one of them good games that he just finish it. Whole 60 minutes where he just plays well. I'm going to say he's going to complete it in this game here in week 3. Going with the Bears. Dolphins and Seahawks. Dolphins seem like they're starting to fall off the rails a little bit. Now you have Tua out. Maybe Tua out. I don't know. I haven't heard any updates lately. Is it a possibility Tua's going to play in this game? Is there a possibility Tua will play in this game, or he's out? Even though he might play or not, I'm still going to pick the Seahawks at home. I just think they coming off to a slow start. They're trying to figure some things out. Even when Tua was in there, it still didn't look as crisp as you thought it could be to start this season with all that speed on the outside and how many points they've been putting up last year against teams. I'm going with those Seahawks. They grit and grind. Quarterback over there, Geno, he's coming to his own the past 2 seasons after being in Kirk Cousins' spot majority of his career. But I like what he's doing over there. And the Seahawks, they grit and grind, and they're going to be at home. I think they're going to pull it out. I'm rolling with the Seahawks. Let's take it down. 49ers and Rams. Going with the 49ers. We already know about the injuries over there for the Rams. They're completed at that wide receiver position. They're just trying to keep it together. 49ers, they lost last week, I believe. Yes, they lost to the Vikings 23-17, so you know they're going to be fired up. And fired up versus a depletion of a team, that equals win in my book. We're going with the 49ers. One more down. Ravens and Cowboys. This one kind of a tough one. These two teams are kind of in the same spot. Underachieving early in this season. Have all the talent in the world to make things happen. They've just been unable to do it. Cowboys are at home. They just got smacked in the face by the Saints. 44 points ran on them. Ravens just seem to not complete games. This is almost a toss-up. Almost a toss-up. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with those Cowboys. And the only reason I'm going with those Cowboys, because it's pressure time. Cowboys can't really afford to lose this game at home. It could be major changes. And I don't mean like people getting fired and then I'm talking about, man, they're going to be thinking about moving around some pieces or how this season's going down in the dumps. That's how important this game is for the Cowboys at home this early in the season. They drop this game, the noise is going to come. People are going to start talking again. Same thing with the Ravens. But you're going to hear it more on the Cowboys side. This is a pressure game for the Cowboys. You better expect them to come out and give all they got at home. Because they're going to start hearing boo birds. They're going to be talking about getting rid of McCarthy. They're going to talk about Dak Prescott. We paid him at the wrong time. We should have kept that money. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a whole lot of talk going around. And that Dallas defense is going to have to come back. And I figure they're going to come back at home and they're going to give Lamar Jackson the fits. As much as he runs around and how athletic he is, I think the Cowboys are going to have him on the run. Look, I want it to go the other way. Y'all know me. I want the Ravens to get him. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go with this instead of this sometimes. Right? My mind's telling me the Cowboys are going to get the Ravens. Even though I want the Ravens to pull it out. So you got to go with this and not your heart. When you're doing these picks. And it should be in reverse for me since I'm 7-9 2 weeks in a row, right? Maybe I should have been going with my heart instead of this. But that ain't the way it go. We're going to keep rolling it like this. But Cowboys in week 3 against the Ravens, and we're going to roll it like that. Let's move this thing down. Jaguars and Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills at home. Look like the Bills are rolling. Josh Allen them over there, Bills Mafia, look like they are rolling. And the Jaguars are what? In the Texans division. Yeah. Yeah. And I like the team, but the Bills, man, they're at home, hard place to play. I almost said that I wish the Jaguars would beat the Bills. Why would I want that to happen when in the Texans division? I just like the Jaguars. Like I said, I like the makeup of their team, Lawrence and all those, ETN, all those guys over there, they grit and grind. I just like the style of play and aggressiveness and how they attack and everything about the football team. And of course, you got Peterson over there, former Eagles Super Bowl coach, of course. I had to throw that out there, yeah. But I think the Bills going to get them in week 3. They're at home. I think they just keep it rolling. So we'll do that. Bills in week 3. Let's take this thing to the top. Giants and Browns. I'm going with the Browns. We already know the situation with that. I don't really have to explain anything with this game, really. But I will say Deshaun Watson, hell of a game by him last week. And he's at home. Maybe he can, backdoor it, build on top of it. The Giants, I think the Giants might be the worst team in the league. We're going to find that out as the weeks go on. But I believe they're the worst team in the league. So I'm picking the Browns week 3. Browns in week 3. Texans and Vikings. Vikings showed out a little bit, didn't they? Yeah. One we talked about earlier, 23-17, they beat the 49ers. This is going to be a good test for the Texans. Yeah. Going into Minnesota, playing this team, this will be one of those good wins that you can coin one of these type of wins. You can say, okay, now we feel like we can go out there and we can win in any situation. On the road, at home. I'm not saying the Vikings is all world. They're the best team in the league. I'm not saying that. But it's a tough team to play in week 3 in their building. Tough team to play. And I don't know about the injury situation, injury report, who's in, who's out. But as far as what I'm looking at now, expecting everybody to be healthy, yeah, it's a good matchup. And of course, I'm taking the Texans in this matchup. Keep the train moving. So I don't expect them to fall off the rails in week 3. We got more competition coming up down the road that might have you scratch your head here and there, depending on health, where they are at that time, the momentum that they're gaining. It's going to depend on all of that. We don't expect them to go undefeated, do we? It would be nice. It would be nice. I almost didn't get my prediction on how many wins I thought the Texans would get this year. I put the Texans at 14 to 15 wins. I'm sorry, but I did. In my mind, I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind, I was thinking that before the season started. Now, will that reign true? We're going to see. But I did. I put them at 14 to 15 wins. And y'all call me crazy all you want, but that's how much faith I had in this team coming in this season. Stand sharp, stand steady, taking every team serious, not having any letdowns because you're playing lower level competition. All of that stuff. You relish all of that and go head on, head strong, one game at a time, fighting for the ultimate goal. It's very possible. Very possible. With a little bit of luck on your side and some prayers, man. Just hope this roster stays intact. and no big players. If anybody go out, it's not for a long extended time. They'll be right back the following week and keep it going. So yeah, Texans in week 3. Packers and Titans. Is Jordan Love still out? Is Jordan Love still out? Or is he back? You know what? I'm going to go with those Titans. Reason why I like the way they played last week, they played with guts. That Levis guy, man. Quarterback, boy, he is gutsy. Gutsy. Not only that, I think DeAndre Hopkins not getting his touches, so to speak, last week. He was a little flared up, I'm pretty sure. They're going to be looking to get him the ball. Playing at home. Guy like that, receiver of his caliber, even though he's diminishing, let's be honest. He once was a high caliber receiver. He's not really that anymore, but he is a sure-handed guy. He still can make plays. He can be a possession receiver. Still got to get him the ball. So I expect them to target him a lot more in this game. They're playing at home. They played a hell of a game last week. So I expect them to finish the deal against the Packers. Whether Jordan Love's in there or not, I'm still going to pick the Titans in week 3. Okay, Chargers and Steelers. Man, this could be a good one as well. And I like the Chargers. I like the Chargers, but I love the Steelers. So I have to go with the Steelers in week 3. That's the difference. It's going to be a good one, though. Got to tune in to that one. Have to tune into that one. Panthers and Raiders. Well, going with the Raiders. Like Berman said, the Raiders, right? The Raiders. So we're going to go with the Raiders against the Panthers. We already know the deal with the Panthers. I don't want to say they're close to misfits like the Giants, but never mind. But we're going with the Raiders. Going with the Raiders in week 3. Okay? All right, let's take this down. Lions and Cardinals. That's going to be a good one. But I'm going with the Cardinals. What I seen last week from them, Kyler Murray is showing me something. They finally got Marvin Harrison Jr. out there, getting him touches now. He's coming into his own. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals at home. I don't know if the Lions losing a little bit of luster or not. Still a good team. But man, coming off how Kyler Murray and them was rolling, I think they're going to keep that train moving as well and ride it right into week 3. Yes. I'm just trying to check to make sure who they played last week, the Cardinals, and it was the Rams. Okay. 41-10. They beat the Rams 41-10, the Cardinals, last week. And the Lions lost to the Bucks 20-16. So Lions underachieved for sure last week. They'll say, I don't know, these Bucks, man. But the Lions putting up 16 points, does that say a lot about the Bucks defense? Or the inconsistency of the Lions offense? Which one is it? It's not our problem. We're going to move along. But I'm going with those Cardinals in week 3. Chiefs and Falcons. You know what? And it's seems like I always pick the Chiefs right each week, pretty much, because I know it's an easy win. I can almost count that, as my pick for guaranteed green check mark, right? I'm going against them this week for a couple of reasons. Number one is the Falcons are playing very well. Kirk Cousins, I've watched him firsthand against the Eagles, right? So a lot of things been said about Kirk Cousins over the years, and I've gave him a lot of heat over the years. I'm not gonna lie to you, but he's worn on me, to where I am a Kirk Cousins fan. I think I talked about it last week, I believe, but he's very serviceable. Not only that, he's making the right plays. He's confident. He's a veteran. He know who he is, and he made some big time throws in that game to win it against the Eagles. It looked like he's in the right headspace. This new team gave him life. They got a lot of weapons, because that London Bridge was taking the Eagles down. And I'm a big fan of London. I haven't seen a whole handful of games with him, but the ones I have seen, guy look like he's the real deal. Yeah, look like he's the real deal. And Bijan Robinson as well. I mean, they have some great talent over there. Great talent. And number two, that was number one, along number one. Number two, the Chiefs are a little depleted. They got some injury problems, right? Specialists that they usually go to gain a great deal of yardage that they count on are out. Now, we all know the Chiefs can always find a way to win. Never can count them out. I'm just going against them this week. I believe the Falcons are going to pull it out at home. I think the Chiefs finally run out of their luck, and they'll come up with a loss. So I'm going with the Falcons in week 3. Okay? Let's take it down. There we go. Commanders and Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one. Reason why Joe Burrow was hotter than fish grease mixed with chicken grease last week. Man, he wanted them cheese. He wanted them cheese bad. And what was the score? What the score went down on that game, matter of fact? Chiefs and Bengals 25-26. That close. 25-26. You gotta love the competitiveness of Joe Burrow. You do. You can tell this guy cares. He wants to win, and he wants to take down Patrick Magician Mahomes. He really wants to take him down. And he has a wonderful record against him. Patrick Magician Mahomes just happened to sneak away in this one. Love the heart, Joe Burrow. Really do. I'm going with y'all this week against the Commanders. Commanders look like they coming to their own. I like the makeup of their team as well. No doubt about it. But the Bengals at home, coming off that heartbreaking loss, Joe Burrow is showing the fire in his eyes and the way he feels. You think he's going to drop 2 in a row, especially coming off of his foe? Oh, no. Nah. Bengals in week 3. That seals it up, folks. That's good in most week 3 picks. We're going to see how we're going to fare. 7-9, 2 weeks in a row. I'm not excited about that, but I do feel good about this one. I know. Y'all think, well, you felt good last week about it. Still got 7. Don't worry about that. We worry about this week, week 3. I feel good about this one. I really do. So, how does it look? Any changes? Y'all think I skipped out on a team I should have picked? Or do y'all think this is another 7-9 week? Oh, I'm finally going to get it in double digit win column. I'm predicting double digit win column. I don't want to give myself bad luck, but I do feel good about these picks for this week. I really do. And one thing for sure, I know what it won't be Won't be no 79. I know that. So, y'all let me know. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Terrific Thursday. Yeah. Friday right around the corner. It's tapping on your shoulder. So enjoy some football. Thanks for y'all time, and we out of here. Peace.